Thomas is the Deputy Director of the Force Safety and Force Support Squadron. He shares full scope of the squadron's daily operations, providing leadership and management oversight of over 275 personnel, servicing a population of more than 90,000, including 84 base partners. Major Thomas's biography is in the graduation program, and I would encourage you to read it at your convenience. Now it is my pleasure to present Major Spencer Thomas.
Colonel Wright, Chief Hall, Commanders, Directors, fellow deputies, Chiefs, First Sergeants, Supervisors, co-workers, family and friends. Good afternoon, and thank you for being here to support and recognize these graduates. A special thank you goes out to the top 3 in the Force Support Squadron's education and training staff for putting this ceremony together. And last, but certainly not least, congratulations to the Air Force's newest Community College of the Air Force degree holders. I am extremely humbled and honored to engage with you for the next several minutes. As our esteemed Chief of Staff, General Mark Welsh, commented last week at his commander's call, we all have a story. And as a proud CCF degree recipient, I'm respectfully taking this opportunity to share a little bit of my story with you. It was February 1997. Staff Sergeant Spencer Thomas was seated on the other side of this podium, anxiously awaiting my name to be called so I could walk up on stage to receive my diploma for completing my CCF degree in Environmental Medicine Technology. Strangely enough, what I remember most about the time was the days leading up to the graduation ceremony and sharing my joy with my best friend Dan, who had completed his degree about a year prior. I said to Dan, "Hey man, I got my CCF degree." To which he replied, "And?" That's what a good airman at NCO is supposed to do. Come talk to me when you get your bachelor's degree. In today's culture, I suppose that Dan essentially was just kind of keeping it real with Sergeant Thomas. But in spite of him being a killjoy, I took his words with a grain of salt and continued to feel proud of my accomplishment. Now allow me to take you back 10 more years to 1987, at the beginning of my junior year in high school. I don't remember how this ideal came about, but my high school guidance counselor encouraged me to apply for the Air Force Academy's class of 1992. My GPA was decent, SAT score, so-so, was a pretty good athlete, but needless to say, I did get accepted and subsequently enlisted in our Air Force after graduation. Airman Basic Thomas was a good little airman. Came to work on time, learned my job, knocked out my CDCs, respected my superiors, and even lucked up and got a 3 on my first EPR. Yes, a 3. However, as good an airman as I thought I was indifferent toward the ideal of off-duty education. As far as I was concerned, a high school diploma was all I needed. Then along came a supervisor by the name of Teresa Sejack. She challenged me to get in school. She was downright relentless, and the only way to get her off my back was to enroll in the class. So I eventually surrendered to her constant pressure. After completing my first few courses, higher learning became very appealing to me. It gave me a better sense of self. It was as if I had spent the first 20 years of my life being nearsighted, not knowing that I needed some form of corrective lenses. Then, without warning, this thing known as formal education equipped me with 20/20 vision, or as characterized by noted author Dennis Kimbrough, the world was opening up because I was actively narrowing my zone of ignorance. Not to mention, it also gave me a pretty nice bullet on my EPR. The years rolled past. I continued to take classes, learning more and more about the world and the people around me. Earning my CCF degree was definitely a milestone, but the process of inching towards and ultimately conferring a bachelor's degree was quite a journey. My family had grown, job responsibilities increased, and lo and behold, my buddy Dan calls me and says, "Hey man, I just got picked up for officer training school." I replied, "And?" But in all seriousness, his call fueled me to pick up the pace. My wife even upped the ante by exclaiming, "You're sharper than Dan. You need to go to OTS too." I put my nose to the grindstone, finishing my bachelor's degree a year after Dan's phone call. And just like that 3 EPR, I lucked up and got selected for OTS, which is one of the most gratifying moments in my Air Force career, largely made possible by digging in and actively narrowing my zone of ignorance. Fast forward into the fall of 2004. I'm a first lieutenant, fresh off of deployment, and working on a master's degree because I wanted to meet the eligibility requirements to teach ROTC. Then out of the clear blue sky, my good friend Carlos Sizer calls me and says, "Hey Spence, do you have a master's degree?" And I say, "Funny you'd ask. I'm doing homework right now." She replies, "You ever thought about teaching at the Air Force Academy?" I say, "No, but it sounds like a pretty cool gig." Thanks to the support and assistance of a lot of good people, I was able to put a package together. The moon and the stars aligned themselves, and with a matter of time, I found myself teaching in an elite university that, if you remember, I wasn't qualified to learn it as a student. And if this transcendent career moment wasn't enough to knock my socks off, in 2007, I was a recipient of the Air Force Academy's highest teaching award, the Outstanding Academy Educator. Now, please believe me when I tell you that I'm not trying to feather my own cap, but instead drive home the point of how actively narrowing one's zone of ignorance truly opens up doors that are too often difficult to be seen with the naked eye. I encourage each of you graduates to continue narrowing your zone of ignorance. Formal education is an empowering force. It helps us to critically think and solve ill-defined problems, improves our technical expertise, enhances our intellectual and emotional capital, sharpens our ability to lead, follow, manage, supervise, and most importantly, mentor. Transforms us from being a leader to one who lifts, and equips us with the tools to give others energy instead of sapping away from them. In closing, I once again congratulate and salute all of the graduates for a commitment to significant self-improvement. It's been said that education is the gateway to opportunity. And ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you as living proof. And contrary to my buddy Dan's belief, your CCF degree conferral is a big deal for both you and your family, as I believe this is a watershed event that will carry you to bigger and better things. Furthermore, I sincerely hope that each and every one of you is blessed with the opportunity to be standing on this side of the podium, sharing your personal narrative with the next generation of community college of the Air Force degree recipients. That is my time, and I thank you for yours.